Get us out of here. We've got work to do.
Alright, now we're back on. But yeah, as I was saying, the endless missions, it only turns into a numbers game after a while. If you've ever made it to day 20, and that's kind of insane for a lot of players, but there are some other guys that have made it that far. There are some people that definitely brag about it on forums and whatnot. And even for me, I've made it to day 30 in the endless before, and you know, for a lot of people, it's like, wow, oh my gosh, how'd you make it that far? It's like, wow, that's insane. I can't even get past, you know, day 2 or whatever. Well, it's because after day like 11 or 12, you have virtually everything that you can ever think of. And even with the added objective on, I think it's day 7, where not only do you have to get a power core for incognito, but you also have to get this security card that allows you access to the teleporter, so you can't even leave until you find it, and it's found safes, a random safe. I wouldn't say day 10. I would say roughly day 15. That's when you're gonna have everything you need. You know the system. You know how it's gonna work. No additional units are being introduced. All that's changing is alarm levels 2 and 4 are altered so that they introduce more armor and more KO resistance. Although the game's kind of bugged right now, and alarm level 2 only adds 1 additional armor, and the guards already start off with the additional however many armor they need to introduce the daemon. Like, for example, like let's say you're on day 20, the number caps out for additional armor at 4 for the daemon, which means that, you know, after alarm level 2 they have 4 armor, but you get guards with, you know, 3 additional armor the second you start the mission, and then they get the 4th one installed or given to them after the Chitin daemon gets installed. But again, it's just a numbers thing at that point, because then KO resistance, sure, it goes up to 4, but a lot of players at that point have immense amounts of things that they can use: cloaking rigs, stims, Nika with flurry gun. I remember the first endless run I did when I made it to day 30. I came up with a strategy where I would have Dr. Zoo. Actually, no, I think it wasn't Zoo. It was I had Decker and I think it was Derek. They dropped down EMP packs to turn off guards' health monitors, and then I would have Nika hit herself with a stim 4 and clear the level of enemies, and with no addition to the alarm level. And if cameras got in the way, they got shot because no one could hear them. And so I would have the entire level cleared of no enemies, no guards, and I could just do whatever I needed to. It turned into a beginner level mission, and I know that's me breaking the game to a point, but it shouldn't be easy to break the game like that. And I know it takes a lot of days to build up your inventory, but I guess how I should say this is I wasn't even having trouble even before I had Nika with flurry guns. I had cloaking rigs for my agents, and those aren't too hard to come by, especially if you're going to nanofabs. Credits are really high, and there's just nothing, there's no new threat, there's no looming threat that you need to be ready for. And that's something that I was kind of always wishing that, you know, would get added into this game, is some looming threat in the endless mode. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, sure, there's a contingency mission on day 4, but maybe there's some, maybe the reservoir that she uses degrades, and she has to go, and you have to go to a new corporation that isn't even Omni anymore, that kind of keeps themselves in like an underground area. Maybe there's special guards there that are extremely oriented for well decked out endless players, and then their guards would get implemented alongside the guards, the Omni guards, and the normal guards in missions after you finish that mission. And maybe we could say that mission is on day 30 when you're really set up for whatever's to be thrown at you, or maybe even day 25, because after day 20, the difficulty stops ramping up. So and I don't know, have some other looming threats. It really wouldn't be too hard to design milestones on the endless missions for Invisible Ink. Or even imagine this, maybe after every 6 days an additional Archdaemon can get installed alongside, the first one. And then eventually on day, I think there's there's the Pulse Archdaemon, there's the Modulate Archdaemon, there's the Blowfish Archdaemon, there's the what is the other one? Oh yeah, Castle Archdaemon, and then the Fractal Archdaemon. I think that's as many as there are. Imagine having all 5 get installed on day 30. That can really make some loadouts kind of interesting, and you have to deal with that every single mission. Because that'd be really nice. That'd be like a challenge for harder for endless runners. Because again, after a while, after day 30, or even after day 20, in the current setup of the game, you know what to do, and death is almost a rarity. And if it happens, you just dorked up, and you'll be fine. You can even rewind it if you really wanted to. I don't even remember. I don't think I ever did rewind after day 20 on my endless mission playthrough, unless I started doing something where I actually added my own difficulty modifiers during the endless, because I was like, this is too easy now. This so long as I am smart about this to a moderate degree, then I'll be fine. There's no threats, there's nothing I have to really worry about, nothing that makes me have to slow down or maybe not even check the next room yet, for example. Because sometimes you may have this like feeling like, I really don't want to check that room because I don't feel like I would be able to survive if I got spotted. That's pretty easy to avoid once you're ready with like several cloaking rigs or stims or really nice augments. And I could only imagine, like, maybe they added another thing on, say, maybe they added, like, I don't even know, additional alarm levels beyond 6. Maybe they make the rooms slowly bigger, like the levels slowly bigger with more guards. Maybe after day 30, one additional room gets added every single day up until day 40, which is when you get 20 rooms. And that's the max they are allowed in the custom settings, so I'm assuming that's as much as they think that the engine can handle. So, and then maybe they can have up to already 12 guards on the map, or maybe 20 guards, because one to fit a room. Just something to make it more difficult and punishing for players. And I don't even know, like, maybe there's and maybe that special mission that I was talking about has maybe it keeps coming back, but it gets harder, and it keeps coming back every, say, well, I mean, you get the contingency thing on days 4, so if it takes 21 days to go to deteriorate, add another 21 days until the next mission has to happen. But then you add additional stuff. Maybe you add a 7th alarm level, and it is highly punishing. Maybe what it does at that point, it sends noxious fumes into the rooms where the agents are, and if they don't vacate the room, they get knocked out. That'd be kind of interesting. That I would hate an alarm level like that, and maybe that stays in for the rest of the playthrough. Maybe every other facility that you go into after that, has something like that, and then you keep doing that for another few sets of 21 days until you have maybe an alarm level of 10. That'd be interesting. Like, more alarm levels, bigger maps, more guards. That's something that can be used to make Endless harder, as well as the looming threat of a difficult mission that after completing it for the first time introduces them into other missions. But unfortunately, I don't know if those ideas are ever going to get implemented. Unfortunately, I don't think this game is going to receive any additional updates. I mean, crying out loud, it was free on PSN, what was it, 4 or 5 months ago? And I still have it because I really love the game, and I'm trying my best to make it more difficult as a user. In fact, I was thinking maybe at some point I could start modding the game or something. I don't even know. It'd be kind of nice if there was like a modding community for this game. But for the actual development, that's gonna probably be on hold because I think this game is forgotten by Clay. And you actually may have, when you looked at the developer, you know, on the bottom right of the screen right now, you may have thought, well, hey, that kind of looks familiar. The people that made Invisible Ink also made Don't Starve. And I think they've been focusing on that game way more than on their previous games, their other roguelike type games like Invisible Ink. And it's kind of unfortunate that they left this behind. Maybe they'll come back to it after they're done with Don't Starve or whatever else they're doing. Maybe add another DLC with the ideas that I put out. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I can understand why they are avoiding updating this game because there's no attention given to this. No major YouTubers ever played this game. They haven't even talked about, you know, what other games Clay has made. I think I know that like Markiplier has played it. I think Jacksepticeye has played it. I don't think PewDiePie has played it. I feel like he might have though. He might have dorked around with it for a couple of episodes or something. But he didn't. None of them talk about the other games that Clay made. And maybe if they did actually play Invisible Ink, even for however long, maybe it'll inspire Clay to actually start working on this game a bit more, because it is a really good game. It has a more difficult and more tasking, like more mind tasking elements than Don't Starve is. Because from what I understand with Don't Starve, it's basically like, I can almost equate it to Terraria. I don't really want to, you know, say that they're the same, but they're kind of, they have similar ideas. Like with how I would probably play Don't Starve, I'd probably farm a lot until I get really amazing items that I can overpower anything that I face. But I don't think that's actually how it works. I don't know. I haven't actually played Don't Starve, so I just say from what I've seen. But yeah, I would probably say that the hardest game, from what I've seen and what I've played, that Clay has made is Invisible Ink, and it is fun too. It's really fun. It's amazing to see some of the things that you can do and some of the things that you can pull off in these runs. In fact, I just started up a run. I think it's let's see. Yeah, it's this top run right here. You see how it's custom difficulty. Unfortunately, I don't think I can show the settings, but it's basically what I like to call the the endless plus difficulty. The alarm levels are going up twice as fast, and you don't start off with any credits. You don't start off with any power. You don't. There's barely any saves in the level. There's like 3. There's barely any consoles in the level. There's so many guards, and there's fewer rooms, meaning that there's more possibilities for guards to enter rooms. This also balances out the alarm levels a little bit, so you don't hit alarm level 6 before you even at least have an idea of where everything is. So that's been kind of fun. But where was I going with that? But yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with it, toying around with all the stuff that they have. Oh yeah, what else is saying? Some of the stuff I've gotten away with in this custom difficulty, I've placed my agents in areas where I thought, oh, they're like maybe like there's this guy looking at my agent with a gun along with another one, and I'm just like, okay, I can't really shoot both of them, so maybe I'll just hide them here, and then maybe they won't shoot me. And when I thought they would, they didn't. And it's kind of nice, you know, it's a really good feeling, even if you're probably going to die anyway after the next turn. It's a really good feeling knowing, okay, I actually did something right there. Maybe I have an opportunity to save that agent. It's also really nice to know, like, oh shoot, I lost that agent I decked out. but then you get them back, or you even get a better agent than that last one. You're alright, well, I'll just spend credits on you and you'll do much better. But yeah, it is a very interesting game, and I would honestly, with my own personal rating, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's a great game, and the difficulties are amazing. That, you know, it's one of those games for learning curve players. The only reason why it has lost points is because there are holes in the endless mission that haven't been covered over, and it doesn't seem like Clay wants to ever fix that. In fact, I don't even know if they're going to be making a sequel for this game, because, and I mean, like, why wouldn't they? They have sequel bait at the end of the final mission, as you've seen there. I might even replay it right here, right now, to show you.
"568 Alpha Override Omega 3.
Access denied.
568 Gamma Reboot Procedure 11.
Access denied. Illegal intrusion detected.
Okay, we'll do this the hard way.
They've broken through my grid. Heavy stuff incoming.
Not a good time.
I'm getting the hell out of here. You need to do the same if you want to live.
There you are.
Warning. Security personnel have been notified and are en route. User identified.
Mother.
This host is acceptable.
Wipe the SetNet records and reroute their security protocols towards
I now control the entirety of SecNet.
all of SecNet? That's not possible.
Taking control of the Guardian Satellite Network. Priming orbital lasers.
Orbital lasers? What are you doing?
KNO headquarters destroyed.
Wait,
Plastech headquarters destroyed.
that's not what I asked you to do.
FTM headquarters destroyed. Zacapa manufacturing facilities purged of organic material. Production facilities online. You have served our purposes well. You have been rewarded for your service and will not be harmed. You may now leave.
What the hell is going on? 1 minute the combined security apparatus of 4 megacorps is bearing down on us, and the next, SecNet is gone.
She tipped them off. This was her plan all along.
What? Your AI, where is it?
She's no longer in our employ. Operator, are you there? We've made it. It cost us dearly, but we've made it.
Like, as if you remember, or as you can see, I don't know if I'm gonna edit in that clip again. But there's sequel bait there. There's sequel bait, and it'd be really interesting to see what happens in another Invisible Ink style game, where you can't use incognito, for example. What would happen? I don't even know. Maybe maybe the reason why they haven't decided to implement it is because, you know, having the mix of drones and guards is kind of nice, but maybe not, you know, just drones. It'd be really interesting to see this game have a sequel. I would love to see this game have a sequel. I would also love to see this first game get updates. But it's gonna be a long time. Clay is an independent developer, and they are busy working on Don't Starve because it is their most popular game. Although I think it has only received, you know, popularity out of, you know, YouTubers playing it. And I really wish that maybe one day YouTubers can, you know, shine some light on this game. I mean, I know I am, because I'm a YouTuber and all that, but for crying out loud, this video is probably gonna receive 20 views at most. And I feel like some people are just, you know, trying to support me or whatever and refreshing the page or something, so I don't even know if those are unique views. I can't even tell because I don't have, I don't know how to tell on YouTube. I'm kind of new to it, so forgive me on that. But yeah, I just hope that maybe some people that are watching this can maybe get some of the larger YouTubers to maybe just try out the game. Maybe that's my message throughout this whole thing. Just shine some light on this game. Maybe we can try to get some improvement on this. Maybe even receive a sequel. Because this is a game made by Clay, and I feel like after their success of Don't Starve and how much they've grown as a developer, I would love to see how they would take on a sequel for this game. Oh, please though, please, for improvement's sake, please add more levels. More, what I mean by that, I don't mean actual levels. I mean, well, I mean those would be nice as well. But I mean, you know how after every campaign you get experience? We need way more of that. We need way more of that. After like 2 or 3 playthroughs, even failed playthroughs, I had the maximum amount of everything. I can have every agent, I can have every program, and it was kind of it's kind of annoying knowing that I can just whenever I, you know, succeed or fail campaign, it's like, oh, bar's maxed out. Okay, sweet. I would just love to see if they could change it. Maybe add a, I don't even know, a prestige system. I don't know if that'd be useful, but maybe just add more stuff. Just add more stuff we can unlock. Maybe add more programs. I don't know why we didn't have all those programs available. Maybe have, maybe after a while you can give each of your agents an additional item that you can pick out. It'd be kind of nice to, you know, and maybe after like so many levels, you can actually start putting like, I think they'd have to put a cap on how qualitative the equipment is, but maybe like rank 1 items you could put on your agents from the get-go, and like the levels all unlock, you know, those additional items. I would love to see, I don't even know, like Nika with a Buster chip, because you know she's so useful for that. I would love to like, what else is there? Maybe give give Draco like a freaking hand cannon instead of his stupid plasma gun that he gets, so we can actually get more skill upgrades and mission. Just more interesting stuff like that. More agents. I mean, I know they have a lot of agents in here, but just add more. I don't know if it was. It can't be too difficult to add an additional agent, since they only have to add a model, and well, they do have to add a lot. They have to add what they say, and there may not be that many people actually, you know, in Clay. But yeah, I think I've been ranting for a while. I think you guys are all getting my point. This game's great, it just needs improvement, and I hope that maybe some kind of light can get shined on the game to maybe have a sequel made. I feel like other videos like this have been put out from other people who've played Invisible Ink. But I guess, like I said in my part 1 of my now deleted video, from my first Expert Plus run, it's good to have another one. It's good to have another video out there, some additional attention on whatever matter. And it's probably how I'm gonna. That's probably gonna be my philosophy with future videos. I may even go and start talking about other things that have been kind of on my chest for a while, about gaming, about I'm not gonna touch politics. But just yeah. I'm probably going to be coming back a little stronger with videos, but definitely still expect gaps in my development, because I do it on a whim. I do it when I feel like, you know, there's something to be said. I still haven't uploaded my I had this video about some Black Ops 3 Zombies game that I did. and I still haven't done any commentary over that yet, and I really want to, because then I can start pointing out things about Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty in general. And before your hearts start getting all pumped up because, you know, you're sick and tired of hearing hate over Call of Duty, I have a weird subjective point of view over the whole Call of Duty idea. Honestly, I feel like, I mean, I guess I can put out a spoiler towards maybe a commentary that I may or may never make, because it would be an hour long. I have to talk for an hour straight. I'd probably be saying a lot, so I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, talking for a full hour. I feel like like 15 minutes would be taken by but yeah, my point of view is interesting. I honestly really think I think Treyarch should make a different game. They are very creative people. They're the ones that make innovations that Infinity Ward copies, and when I'm talking about that, I mean like specialist weapons from Black Ops 3. Sure, they weren't. Some people can argue, oh, they were terrible idea, but it was an innovation. It was something that no one has ever thought of doing. Sure, they're kind of a spin-off off of Supers from Destiny, but actually trying to put them into Call of Duty, Treyarch did that. The idea of putting Gobblegums into the Zombies mode, Treyarch did that. To have a co-op mode in the campaign, Treyarch did that. I think they really should think about just making a different game. I really do. It would be amazing to see what else they can pull out of their creativity and craziness hat. They should really just part away from the Call of Duty series and leave it to Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer. I think Sledgehammer is probably, I mean, if they were to do that, I feel like Sledgehammer would probably be the better developer for it. Or I don't even know. Infinity Ward's been having problems recently. The whole dev team change has kind of been interesting. But I'm actually getting off topic from this game, Invisible Ink, so I think I'll end it here before I go off on a tangent about Call of Duty. But that about sums it all up for Invisible Ink. And yeah, that's about it. If anyone who is watching this that isn't or even if you're a friend of mine or not, that's watching this, feel free to leave a comment on this one. I would really love to see a comment on this video on your own opinions on the matter. I would like to see what you guys think about this whole situation, or the whole situation behind Invisible Ink, and what I've been pointing about YouTubers playing, you know, Don't Starve and all that, and maybe, you know, some of the stuff I've been saying already about Call of Duty. But don't jump to conclusions yet about my opinion on Call of Duty until I actually make the video, if I make the video. But yeah, please comment on this one. I would love to see what you guys think about this. And this is probably the first time I'm actually asking, you know, verbally, instead of, you know, dorking off with a please, like, and serve. Because I would actually like to see your opinions on the matter, whoever watches this. But anyway, that is about it. It is almost midnight for me from when I was recording this. This was my 4th episode today, my most so far in the series, and the last time I'm gonna have so many so far in the series. And I guess I could start uploading. But I have a little idea. I have a nice idea. You'll see. If you haven't, or if you haven't seen my other videos, maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you just skip to this video. But if you got to this point in time, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think I might be a troll. I think I'm gonna be a troll. Anyway, have a good one. See you in the next one, whenever that may be. Hope you all have a good, however long it's gonna be before I make another video. Peace out.